Okay, guys.
That's
Who's
tomorrow.
ready for Thanksgiving?
Friday. Friday we're doing our
Nobody's
celebration.
happy whether we're ready or not.
Come on, guys. Come on over here. These are my boys. Has anybody seen them around the community? I've got Zachary. It's another Zach. You're hiding. Stand up, Josh. Everybody knows Josh.
Yeah. It's Zach.
So,
Zach.
we've got Zach. He's a freshman in high school.
Yeah.
Joshua. You can see his hair has been Sheila-ized. But he's a senior in high school. He's been applying. So you got into a couple of other colleges that reached out, because he applied to about 11 different colleges. And the first couple, he just got accepted to Rollins College in Orlando, Stetson College, and he's waiting for all the big universities. They should be coming. So, but he likes business and he's feeling this field. So who knows? You may see him in a few years.
Yeah.
And Zach, he's still figuring out what he wants to do. But right now, you said what? Maybe a doctor? Is that what you were saying?
Hey,
Yeah, good for you.
Everybody needs a good doctor.
He's a good doctor, right? But I just want to tell you guys that I'm very thankful for a lot of things. We're all thankful for health, thankful for the residents and the staff, but I'm thankful for having two boys. Really. We're going to have a good time. I coached all of their basketball games growing up, and now, Dad, I'm too old for you to be my coach. So I retired, but I had a chance to win the championship. We did that last year, and I was able to have the two of them on my team. But Joshua's 18 now, so he wasn't able to be part of that league. So he's actually an adult. He's a real man, right, Josh? But I'm thankful though also for you guys as residents. We have such. I was just talking to Evelyn the other day and everybody else. It's just amazing what we have here in the community, and each and every one of you, there's a different story. I mean, you're standing up, Don. Look, he's serving. You would think that he's one of our workers. He fixes walkers. He does. I mean, so you will be happy. In center stage, we have a 110-inch giant 8K flat screen, clear, crisp TV that's coming on Tuesday. And we've done a huge upgrade to our sound system. Zach is there right now. I've never seen so many pieces. He's got the flashlight on his head, and he's putting, so the whole thing there is we want to make it like a real movie theater, but clear and crisp, and then you can do your Wii bowling, and it will just make it that much nicer. And then of course, I know you poker ladies here asking for
getting on table.
I'm gonna nip it in the butt as far as the rumor. In December, before the first of the year, it will at least be ordered. I want to get the right kind. So there's but I'm really thankful, and this is a great time of year. The weather got cool. It's supposed to get cool next week, I heard. Yeah, Florida cold. So, but anyway, thank you guys. Thank you for the support, and thank all the staff members and books. Everybody clap yourselves.
They couldn't have this without you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So I'm going to take them back to Jimmy because he's helping with the move, both of them. You guys are hands up. Do you want any coffee?
Get to work.
Get to work. See you guys later. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to all of you.
Eat a lot tomorrow.
Eat a lot. It'll be at my mom's house. She's doing a big giant feast as she always does. Also, just a reminder, anybody that's eating here in the community, make sure you just for Thanksgiving, let them know at the concierge. So, but huge feast here. I see them there. They're already preparing. It'll be a lot of fun. I love Thanksgiving. One of my favorite holidays. And then right after Thanksgiving, tomorrow night, take a look at the tree of life, and you'll see everything turns into a Christmas mode. All the Christmas colors. And we're going to start bringing in all the Christmas decorations on Monday. So we've got a busy couple of months. It's going to be a lot of fun. You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, good afternoon. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Thank you. I'm glad we could all gather together and have a nice Thanksgiving tea and reminisce. Let's talk about some family traditions and memories that we have. I have some cards here that will give us prompts to get started. So, giving thanks. Did your family have a special ritual for giving thanks during a Thanksgiving meal? And if so, what was it? Raise your hand if you'd like to share. Jojo?
Well, we were reared Catholic, and no meal started unless you started with with the blessing, the grace for the meal, and we would all hold hands, and then at the end of it, we'd squeeze each other's hands, just the one next to you, so that you then just pass it around, and it was just kind of a wonderful celebration.
So Jojo said that they would start with a prayer, and they would all hold hands and squeeze each other's hands. And Irene, I saw your hand up.
We would start in the morning and go to the shelter and cook turkeys, cut them up, serve a lunch at 12 o'clock, and then go home to our Thanksgiving.
The food bank.
That's so
We
wonderful.
served for 3-4 hours, and it was so amazing. These people who had nothing lived on the streets. It was so beautiful. They'd respond. They would come and come with a cookie or something that they picked up someplace, and give it to us as a thank you, for cooking them a meal. They try to reciprocate, and then they would make sure that they sent us a card thanking us. It was just so beautiful. And these were all our friends.
They were grateful, yeah.
And we enjoyed it. We got more out of it. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And our kids then did it also.
Wow.
Worked the food bank before regular meal.
Yeah. So Irene and Vinny said that they used to go to the food bank and they would serve, and then they would have their family meal after. But how rewarding is that? That's
Beautiful.
amazing.
Beautiful.
Beautiful, yeah. Very nice. Thank you.
It was sad to see how many children live in shelters.
Mm-hmm.
There would be babies in too.
Right.
A child with them.
Then when you went home, you were very grateful for what you had.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing that. That's
That's fine.
wonderful. Anybody else? Robbie, did you have your hand up?
Yeah, well, we lived about 50 miles away from my one grandmother's house, and we would always go there first because both sets of grandparents lived about 5 miles apart. It wasn't, so we would hit both of them as we would go. And I loved that because I would be with my cousins, and those were little girls that I could play with because I, didn't have any little girls that lived around me. So that was a very special time. And my grandmother probably started cooking mid-October, so that she did everything there and on the table. And it was really a big deal for my grandfather. I think it meant more to him than any other adult in the family. And he was there, and he was the patriarch of the family. He enjoyed that. And then he would always say the blessing, and then we would eat and go. And then we would eat as much as we could there. And then we would get in the car and go over to the other grandparents' house. And it wasn't that big a holiday for them. And one thing, my brother and I were the only grandchildren. There were no cousins there. And so they had not had young people to celebrate Thanksgiving for quite a while. And but we had a good time there also. And so that's my memory. And you probably remember the house on the corner there, right across from the church.
Yeah.
And it had a big porch in front, and a great place to play back in the backyard.
Had a big swing on it too.
Big swing out there, right? And in my grandfather's office, he's a country doctor, and his office was off one wing of the porch, so that people could come and
That's
knock on the
interesting.
door and go in. And of course, that was in the Jim Crow days. Never bothered him what color anybody was. They needed help, they got help. And so the black folks knew that, and he almost got in trouble with Ku Klux Klan because of it. But
Wow.
nonetheless, they would come up if they needed help and knock on the porch. They wouldn't even get on the porch. And so those are pretty tough times. I'm glad they're gone. Yeah. But those are some of my memories.
Anyone else?
Well, I
Maureen?
guess I could say that we always had our Thanksgiving at my maternal grandparents. My paternal grandparents were passed way before I was born. And I so loved to go there because I had my cousins. And we'd have our own kiddie table. And as we grew, the smaller ones sat on the catalogs.
Yes.
And it was really cute, and I had a special glass. I was always one of these kind of people who like glitzy things. And my grandma had a glass that was that color green, and it was like an iced tea glass. And as soon as I get there, I say, "Grandma, can I have that green glass?" And she says, "That's yours. Yes, it's always for you." And I still have it to this day.
Good.
I wished I had it with me just over in the condo, but it meant so much to me, that green glass that I got to drink my milk out of. And I loved my cousins so much. We
Yes,
had
Very
do.
nice.
Yeah, it was really
Yes.
a nice time.
My grandfather always made sure that the children were served first. At that particular time in our lives, oftentimes the adults ate and then the children would eat. And that was sort of the custom, but not with him. Feed the children first, then we'll eat.
That's
And-
true. I never even thought of that, but we eat first.
Yes, in our family as well.
As you,
Because a lot of times they had to, Mom would help figure out what we were gonna eat on top of it to make sure we ate. We
yeah,
always-
make sure
yeah.
you ate.
Thanks for sharing that. Was there a particular time that you were especially grateful at Thanksgiving, such as the birth of a baby in the family or something else like that?
There were 3 of us that were born, 2 on
I had
November
a
20th and
baby
1 on
on
November
Thanksgiving.
22nd. So,
Yeah, you was 22nd.
Wow, the same day?
2 on the 20th, and then I was on the 22nd.
Nice.
And
Very
sometimes
close
it was
together.
Thanksgiving.
I just found out today that my granddaughter-in-law is in labor, and so it looks like I'm gonna have a new little great-grandson for Thanksgiving.
Oh,
You are.
congratulations!
So I just found out at lunchtime today that she's in labor, so.
Wow, that's amazing.
That's so nice.
I had a baby on Thanksgiving,
You had a baby on Thanksgiving,
my first one.
her firstborn. Wow.
That's a good
She was, yesterday was her birthday, 66 years old.
66? You have a
As old as your mother,
66.
as old as your mother.
You have a 66-year-old. I can't say
Firstborn,
how old my
firstborn.
mom is.
Firstborn, yeah.
Wow.
Yesterday was
And you look so young.
her. I am.
In his mind.
How did you learn about the importance of gratitude as a child?
I think of my father. He was always
Your father?
instilling more morality in us. Yeah, my dad was probably told us, the emphasis and importance of Thanksgiving. Yeah, my dad.
Nice. Thank you. All right, let's do the Thanksgiving parade. Do you enjoy watching the Macy's Thanksgiving parade?
Yes, they were concerned about
Raise your
security.
hand. It's a priority. Are there certain floats that you look for? Santa?
It's always so elaborate and it's, I don't know, it really is a perfect ending to the beginning of the season.
I like that. Which Which one? The Rockettes.
Yes.
Always the Rockettes, yeah. I love the marching bands.
The high school band.
Wow. Irene marched in the Thanksgiving parade in school.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and the police department always marched too. Oh, very nice.
But
It was long and cold, and I had to go to the bathroom.
about 10 years ago, one of the floats, the huge floats, they were cartoon, whatever it was, broke loose. The wind kicked up off the Hudson River, and the balloon shot out, and they had like 20 people holding it down with ropes. But it broke loose and it hit a light pole on 43rd Street on that off Broadway. And it came down and hurt some people. Some people got hurt.
Oh no.
One of those floats broke loose, and it was invariable it would happen. I mean, every year they were worried about the winds kicking up, and that's very dangerous.
Yeah.
To be down in that crowd.
Could you hear him? No. He said one year one of the floats came loose and about 20 people were holding it down.
Hit the pole came down, a light pole.
It hit a light pole.
It hit a bunch of people in its path.
Oh goodness. What time was Thanksgiving dinner in your family? Was it early, mid-afternoon, late afternoon? What time? Mid-afternoon. Raise your hand if it was early. Did you have an early Thanksgiving dinner?
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock? All right. That's good. That's about like me.
It was shot for 1 o'clock, but it
1 o'clock, anybody?
didn't always happen then.
4? 4 o'clock. Lots of fours. Yeah.
Gotta watch the.
Started around 3.
Little Nashi's at 3. What other time? 2? Did anybody eat at 2?
We did.
Yeah? Nice. All right, was your Thanksgiving meal served home style or buffet? Raise your hand for home style. Okay. Almost everybody. Hands down. Raise your hand for buffet style. Buffet style. Nobody?
No hands.
How about you, Jim? Was it buffet, home style?
Home style.
Home style. Good. What dessert was traditionally served in your home?
Cherry cheese tarts.
Cherry cheese tarts. Nice. That sounds good. Jojo?
Fresh coconut cake.
Fresh coconut cake. Nice. Anybody else? Dana? Pumpkin pie. Raise your hand for pumpkin pie. Duh. Look at all the hands up. Benny.
Very heavy kind of Italian pastry.
Yeah.
Cannoli,
Ah. Cannolis? All the Italian ones. You like cannolis, Dot? She's shaking her head.
She don't look Italian.
Are you Italian, Dot?
By design.
Do you mangia?
By design, I'm Italian.
We manja over here, right? Manja. Yeah, yeah. I'm saving this one for Thanksgiving Day. Turn on your pumpkins instead of your light bulbs.